Okay, so I got some good feedback when we did the comparison video between the King Edward and the White Owl Invincible. So I thought I'd do another comparison video. What we've got tonight is the #1 selling cigar. That's one of my cats, and I gotta watch him because he'll knock stuff over. #1 selling cigar in the United States, the Dutch Masters President, and we are going to try that up against, well, because it won the last time, we'll try it again, the King Edward Imperial. Alright, so I'm going to try and set this thing down a little bit, and no telling where I'm going to be doing this. Okay, so we will unload this, and we will unwrap this. Alright, and then we're going to do a little comparison on the wrappers. Alright, both of those are homogenized tobacco leaf wrappers, sheet wrappers. And they are pretty close to the same color. We will trim these up a little bit. Well, the first thing I notice is that the President is a little spongy, and the King Edward is nice and firm. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and light up the King Edward first. Tonight's hat is a champ, Feel the Felt, and it is quite possibly the most Frank Sinatra looking hat I have. Alright, so here we go again with the King Edward. Exceptionally mild, very little aftertaste, if at all. Alright, and we will cleanse the palate. Drinking a Mexican beer tonight. Don't even know how to pronounce it or what the hell it is. It stands for Star something. It's made in Guadalupe or Guadalajara since 1910, which is pretty close to when Dutch matches started being produced. They call it a Pilsner. It's not a Pilsner, it's a lager. Alright, to the Dutch Masters. El Presidente. Little sweeter on the taste. I'm assuming that's from that homogenized sheet tobacco wrapper. The size is very nice. That's a bigger than a Corona, smaller than a Longstale, and probably a 42 ring, I would think. The ring size on the King Edward, I would think that's a 40. So the President's just slightly bigger. All right, we're going to take another puff off the President. Very generous smoke output, nice burn. It's not flaking, surprisingly. One more puff and then we'll go back to the King Eddie. Very clean on the retrohale. No burn, no sizzle, no pepper, no nothing. Once again, come on, man. I don't know why the light does that to me. I guess I'll set it over here. Once again, back to the beer. Cleanse the palate. And to the King Eddie. Burning very slowly. Interesting. Perhaps the reason it was burning slowly is because I let it burn too long without puffing it. Yep, we're going to have to touch it up. There we go. Terrific retrohale, just as smooth can be. Exceptionally mild. Once again, there is no aftertaste, no lingering finish whatsoever with a King Eddie, or at least a fresh one. Nice smoke output. Slight graham cracker finish. Okay, let's cleanse the palate. Said it was a Pilsner beer, but that tastes nothing like a German Pilsner, or a European Pilsner, or a Czech Republic Pilsner. It does taste better than a regular American lager. It's got more flavor than Budweiser or Miller or anything like that. Okay, back to the Dutch Masters. Now we're starting to flake a little bit, but the burn still pretty good. All right. Still generous on the output of smoke. Flake, flake, flake. I'm going to knock it off. I had a nice cigar ashtray I kept out here until the cats knocked it over and the dog ran off with it. It's what they do. They knock things over. A lot of our cats are polydactyls. 6, 7, 8 claws. They're pretty special. We lost one today. Got hit by a car. He was my favorite. That was Crash. Okay, the retrohale is very clean on this. The finish is very light, a little more pronounced graham cracker taste than the King Edward. If I was to pick, and I'm not going to yet, but I am leaning toward the Dutch Masters, which is kind of surprising. I thought I would lean toward the King Edward, seeing how it won the last time out. All right, back to the King Eddie. Pretty good burn for a Swisher. Usually the Swishers just flake right up. Once again, nice smoke output. Exceptionally mild. Very little flavor. It is what it is. No linger on the on the finish at all whatsoever. And the burn. Burn is very good. Okay, to the Dutchie. After we cleanse the palate. I might have another one. It's kind of a sweet beer. Must have some corn in it. Now, I just happened to come across the Dutch Master Presidents. I stopped at the gas station to put some gas in the old lady's SUV. And as I went in, they had the 2 boxes, one of Dutch Master Presidents and one of Dutch Master Corona Extras, or Deluxe, I think they're called. And I got 2 of these because I haven't had them in so long. Here we go with the burn. That is spot on, a perfect burn. I'm quite shocked tonight with the Dutch Masters. Has a little more flavor than the King Eddie. A little more on the finish as well. It's got more of a pronounced graham cracker taste. Okay, back to the King Eddie. Good burn, surprisingly. You know, the slower you smoke these things, the better they burn. If you puff and puff and puff, they run and they flake. But these, because I've been alternating between the two, they've been smoking both of them very well. Very light, very mild. And at one time, King Edward was the best-selling cigar in America. Do a retrohale with this one. Okay. I'm giving the King Edward a 3.5 to 4 stars today. And the Dutch Master, good burn again. Good burn. And of course I always clip the tip. You know, if you don't, you get that tar taste. Okay, so there's more smoke coming out of the Dutch Masters. Let's do a retrohale on this one, and then I'll make my final decision. Okay, so tonight I'm going with the Dutch Master. I don't know why. It's just got more flavor. We'll do a comparison next time on a Dutch Masters against a White Owl because both of these have more flavor. But the King Edward is no slouch. What can I tell you? It is what it is. It's a very exceptionally mild cigar. But tonight, my taste, my flavor is going with the more robust of the two, and that is the Dutch Masters President. Okay, let me know what you think down below. Comment, and if you know anything about the beer, leave me a little note on that too. All right, good night, Curhi.